And hello, one and all, and welcome to my review for the live 2 hour finale last night of the Cruiserweight Classic. We're going to take a look at everything that took place on this special edition of the CWC, the finals of the Cruiserweight Classic. It's hard to believe that this 10-week tournament has finally come to an end. It just goes to show you how quickly 10 weeks and time in general can go by. The Cruiserweight Classic has been a breath of fresh air. I've enjoyed the sports-type presentation that we've gotten from it, the level of athleticism from around the world, getting to see different talents that I had previously never been, privy to have seen before. So all in all, I have to say the Cruiserweight Classic has been a success. I felt like it's been a success in establishing the winner of this Classic, who eventually we found out would become the winner of the inaugural new Cruiserweight champion on Raw. So I felt like that was smart. It established for those who watched. You just would have had to take for that person, that individual, to last through this grueling, exhausting tournament. There were many highs and lows, upsets, emotional moments, great matches, and there were a ton of great matches on this show tonight. It was probably the most enjoyable 2 hours that I've watched from WWE in recent memory. And this was just great stuff from start to finish. You had a hot crowd, Mauro Ranallo and Daniel Bryan on commentary, and two really good semifinal matches, and a great finals, and a bonus tag team match thrown in there. It was just a solid 2 hours of wrestling, and that's what I love. Shows like these are why I point out to other people why I am a fan of pro wrestling, because you're invested in the journey, where these characters, these wrestlers are headed, and you want to see them succeed, and I think that's what we saw last night. And we're going to get into it with this review, so without further ado, let's get into the first match of the evening. It was Sabre Jr. taking on Gran Metalik. I really like the, in a way, mismatch of styles here. You have the Lucha Libre high-flying style of Gran Metalik and the technical prowess of Sabre Jr. And I really thought they combined for some good moments in this match. This was a really good opening match. With Sabre Jr. not signing a deal with WWE, it, assumed in my mind that Metalik would be the one to more likely advance into the finals of the Cruiserweight Classic, and that's exactly what we saw here. But Sabre Jr. put on a really good match, good fight. He was able to counter, Metalik's move for move, hold for hold. And I liked early on how Metalik just pretty much took it right to Sabre Jr., almost, went for an early upset with Sabre Jr. able to kick out after the springboard senton for a 2 count, and it kind of rattled him for a minute. But eventually they were able to exchange some nice maneuvers, nice counters back and forth with each other. And they put on a damn good opening match. And towards the end, Metalik was able to get Sabre Jr. into the... he was able to hit him with the Metalik driver. And after that, 1, 2, 3, Metalik advances into the finals of the Cruiserweight Classic. So a really good effort. I liked how we saw what Sabre Jr. was able to do, get out of the holds and that Metalik put on him. And then Metalik likewise countered with his high-flying octane offense. So it just made for a good match, a good solid, really solid opening match to watch. Hopefully they can sign Sabre Jr. down the line to a deal to be in the Cruiserweight division, because he's certainly something special to watch. He presents a different style, and I'm happy to see that they got Jack Gallagher. He has another unique style with that, just the way they're able to get out of moves. It's something you have to watch to see, and really technical guys, and I just like seeing something different. So different is good in my book. So like I said, happy to see Metalik advance, and this was a great way to get the in-ring action kicked off on this show. We then had our second match of the evening. It was Kota Ibushi versus TJ Perkins, and I have to say, if I had to give a match of the night, this would be my match of the night. While I did like the match before this and the finals match, I just felt like these two guys went out there and they told a tremendous story. They tore it up against each other, Ibushi really going in as the odds-on favorite, and Perkins having to go in as, the underdog. And he knew this going in. He said this in the video packages that played before, but he said he's going to surprise people. He's going to shock people and beat Kota Ibushi. And that's exactly what we saw in this match. So, great effort from both men. The near falls, the counters. There were several spots in this match where I thought that might be it. Ibushi's got him. He's got to have him right here. But no, Perkins kicks out, or likewise, it was the other way around. And there was one 6 spot where Ibushi was attempting to go for a golden triangle moonsault, but Perkins took his legs out from under him, and Ibushi landed really hard. I don't know if he was just selling really well or what, but it looked like he did take a tumble to the floor and maybe banged his head up a little bit. But, he kept going and he got back in the ring. And like I said, just him and Perkins, they really clicked in this match. Kota Ibushi is one of the best, and hopefully they have him signed. I know I don't think he's officially signed to the Raw Cruiserweight division, so maybe we'll perhaps see him on NXT instead. We'll have to see where they go with that. But, the crowd was in the palm of their hand. I was, going crazy. I didn't know which way this match was going to go, but towards the end, they had some nice forearm series back and forth, and then Ibushi planted Perkins with the wheelbarrow driver. There was a kick out after 2. Perkins went up for the sunset flip, another kick out, and then he locked in the knee bar, and that made, Ibushi was locked in there for a pretty good lengthy amount of time, and then eventually Ibushi tapped out. So TJ Perkins, a guy that I was, I became a fan of while watching this Cruiserweight Classic, somebody that I picked, while I was picking Ibushi to win the entire Cruiserweight Classic. Perkins was definitely high on my list of potential winners of the Cruiserweight Classic. So like I said, this was another really good match, and my pick for match of the night. And then we had what was an impromptu tag team match. Well, it wasn't impromptu, they announced it, but we knew that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa would have a tag team match on this show. It was announced that their opponents would be Cedric Alexander and Noam Dar. And this was another good, enjoyable match. I mean, this show, there was not a bad match on this show, and it just continues the theme of why I felt this Cruiserweight Classic worked. This was just pure and fun enjoyment to watch. Like I said, Gargano and Ciampa are one of my favorites. Probably my favorite tag team next to the Revival on NXT to watch. Hopefully they get another crack at those tag team championship titles on NXT. But I thought this was a really good match with all guys getting the proper amount of time to shine, whether it was Cedric Alexander going toe-to-toe with Tommaso Ciampa or Noam Dar getting in there, and he looked, this was one of his better outings, so I have to say, with his match against Sabre Jr., now this tag match, he's definitely improved, and hopefully we see more of him going forward, this from him going forward when they make the transition to Raw on Monday. But yeah, really good solid tag team action. These guys really worked their asses off, and crowd was into it, I was into it, and like I said, Gargano and Ciampa, they work so seamlessly, so fluidly as a tag team on NXT, and I really like how they Gargano picks up Dar and throws him into the turnbuckle with that lawn dart. That looks really sick, really painful in a way. And then Ciampa got the tag in, and Gargano and Ciampa picked up the victory after they hit the double running knee super kick combo. So I have to say I really like that finisher. It really presents a nice visual. Like I said, hopefully this builds to Gargano and Ciampa getting another crack at the Revival, because they had a tremendous match at TakeOver Brooklyn, and I'd love to see those two teams go here. But like I said, all 4 guys in this match got time to shine, and it was a really solid, enjoyable tag team match. So with that out of the way, we move on to the final matchup in the Cruiserweight Classic. And before the match begins, they show the trophy, the participants, Perkins and Metalik, get into the ring, and before the match even starts, the game's music hits. Triple H comes down to the ring, and he pulls out of the bag the new Cruiserweight Championship. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship. I love it. I think it looks very nice. I like the purple because, with the whole theme of the Cruiserweight Classic, it makes sense to continue with that theme. I just like how it looks different. It's not a carbon copy of the WWE title. And I really think it's one of the better looking titles that WWE has, certainly better than the Universal title. It's unique, it stands out, it looks legit, it's really good. So props to whoever came up with the idea for that title belt. I like it. And it adds instant credibility to whoever's wearing it. And this tournament adds a ton of credibility to know that that person had to go through X amount of competitors just to, be in the finals and to get an opportunity to become the inaugural Cruiserweight champion. So props to the WWE on the title belt design. And then we had our final match. It was, like I said, Gran Metalik versus TJ Perkins. Really good match here. Again, continuing the theme of the night. It was not a bad match on this show. A hard-fought effort from both guys. Crowd was really split 50-50 for Perkins and Metalik. Like I said, these two guys went out there, and they, after wrestling previously in the night, it was like, what were they going to have left in the tank? And they certainly had a really good match here, and the end result of this was TJ Perkins was able to hit the Metalik, went for the Metalik driver off the top rope. Perkins was able to counter with the knee bar, similarly to how he put Kota Ibushi into the knee bar, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, in a matter of seconds, TJ Perkins made Metalik tap out, and your new Cruiserweight Classic, Cruiserweight champion, and Cruiserweight Classic winner was TJ Perkins. Really great moment for this guy. He definitely deserves it. Traveled all over the world. He talked about, how he had been evicted and had been homeless, and he carried this necklace around his neck to symbolize that, and how he knows that he never has to worry about going back there. Paraphrasing what he said. Really nice, heartfelt promo. He talks about how this wasn't just him; it was everybody that was a part of the Cruiserweight Classic, and how, this is for everybody that did this. And he was honored to be the inaugural Cruiserweight champion, and it was just a great moment for him. I look forward to seeing what they do, hopefully with the Cruiserweights on Raw. So that should be exciting to watch on Monday night. And Clash of Champions coming up, so with the Cruiserweight Championship now being added to Raw, that Perkins will most likely be defending that title on the show. But yeah, really solid main event to close out the show. Good effort from Metalik and TJ Perkins. Like I said, my match of the night was Kota Ibushi versus TJ Perkins. I just felt like they had a really good chemistry with each other, and it was really one hell of a great match. And it's just been a joy to watch the Cruiserweight Classic from week 1 to now, and it's kind of sad to see that it's ending, but hopefully they follow it up with exciting action on Monday Night Raw heading forward, and it helps the 3-hour format of that show. But yeah, I'm giving tonight's episode of the Cruiserweight Classic an A+. This was one of the best 2 hours of wrestling that WWE produced all year. If you have the network, please go check it out. My words can't do it justice. So yeah, that's my review for the final episode of the Cruiserweight Classic. Let me know down below what you thought of last night's episode. Remember to leave your comments your comments in the comments section down below. And please click that like and subscribe button for more video content coming soon to my channel. Be on the lookout for the Guys of Wrestling Report, episode number 2. Hoping to get Robbie One Kenobi on there with me, special guest. So hopefully trying to line that up for this upcoming Sunday. When I get the details, I will let you guys know. It'll be on my channel, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, guys, take care.